Gazebo! Mucklucks! Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. Okay, I know I did a haul video the other day, but I found out there was stuff missing. I was, corrected with a couple things. I was told that our friend Lydia is the one who made this and the little triangle pouch with the letters in it. So thank you, Lydia. I did not properly thank you in the last video. So there is that. And then I found this bag. In the bag, we have a goodie bag that we got from Coosa Mountain Lodge, the folks who own the retreat center. In it is some chapstick, which I have chapstick from something else recently. An emery board that says Coosa Mountain Lodge on it, so I can do my nails. And a 5-inch square ruler from who is this? Not Creative Grids. And it doesn't say it on here. Or does it? Using your number. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my. I know who they are. I just can't think of them. Glasses. It says. Oh, this says it's from Off the Wall Quilt. So this is not the company that I thought it was, which I'm still not thinking. They had really nice rulers from another company. Like, I love Creative Grids and Quilter Select. That's who I thought was thinking it was, because they had rulers from Quilter Select at the lodge. And those things are freaking nice. They have like really thin lines, which helps you get a little bit more accurate cut. So I may be investing in some of those, but I still love my Creative Grid, so I may just stick with Creative Grids unless I absolutely have to. But anyway, that was from Coosa Mountain Lodge. This is the triangle pillow or triangle pouch that Candace made with some boar fabric from Tula Pink. Which, I love me some Tula. There is I bought these. They kind of fell in my cart at Walmart. Steven saw it. So this is empty. I don't need to keep that. And our friend Carl was at a retreat before us at the same place, and he left a goodie bag. In the goodie bag is a sewing tin, which somebody said is filled with cookies. I don't quite understand. This, as we know, is a sewing tin. Buttons and needles and stuff are supposed to be held in here. A pair of burger and fry socks. A pair of shark socks, and then there's a few doodads to help me, dye my hair. So thank you, Carl, for that. I will, get to work continuing to dye my hair. Folks at work today were like, not today, but on Monday were like, new year, new do? And I'm like, this do was happening, 2 weeks ago. So, no. So, yeah, that's an addition to the haul. I think that now covers everything. I hope. So, thank you, everybody. So, what did I do this week? Besides realize that I forgot some stuff in the video. On Saturday, I did my 11sies live. I sewed up the current Saturday sampler block with my local quilt shop. I've mentioned before that Saturday Sampler is a program exclusive to people that are local and can attend in person to my local quilt shop. So I didn't exactly, share too much. I did create or did find a similar block if anybody is trying to create their own Saturday Sampler adjacent or their own sampler quilt, because it's not necessarily Saturday Sampler. The block went through very quickly. This is a reminder of what the block is. This was month number 10 in the program, which means I have a January and a February block to get caught up with that. Speaking of Saturday Sampler, my local quilt shop is doing the Kona Block of the Month as the next program for Saturday Sampler. I've mentioned this in the past. So that is going to be referenced as a block of the month going forward. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to do the sew alongs with that. It'll probably be like the last week of the month or the first week of the following month, because I want to make sure anybody who is participating in that and is getting mailed their stuff from one of the vendors who is selling it, make sure that they have enough time to get their block to sew with me. So I will give more information as to what I will be doing probably the 18th or 19th. I think that'll be a good day to hopefully release a video announcing what is going on. Let's see, what else did I do this week? On Monday, I released a video with the retreat hall. That's why I had to do the addendum earlier in this video. The retreat hall video was a combination of the folks who had given us generously some gifts of their making, but also the stuff that I bought while I was up there at the Common Thread, which is a really awesome shop if you are up near Dahlonega. Please go visit them if you like to purchase things online. They have a lot of their inventory online as well. So I do have to say that they saved me. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the haul video, but I am working on a graduation quilt for my cousin's son. And the way that I was going to do the blocks was to use paper piecing, similar to triangulations, but you can't print out a 10-inch square on a regular printer. But Moda has these things called cake mixes, and they are essentially very adjacent to triangulations. They're printed. They're also similar to the triangle papers that we are using for dragon fruit. And cake mix number 4 is just a whole bunch of half square triangles, which it's basically, I think it's 8 at a time method, but you have the lines to line up and sew a little bit straighter, and it makes it easier to trim up faster because all you have to do is cut on the proper lines. I find that a lot faster than having to do trimming up of blocks. Anyway, I could not find the Moda cake mix that I purchased when I purchased the fabric. I hunted up and down. I know where I last saw it. It's not where I last saw it. I moved it for some stupid reason, and I don't remember where I moved it. I had called my local quilt shops in the area, and one doesn't carry it, the other is sold out of it. And then there's one of my favorite ones that's up and coming, but they're closed the week between Christmas and New Year's, so I couldn't exactly, go there and pick it up. So my options were maybe the Common Thread would have it, and if they didn't, I would just order another online and have to wait a handful of days for it to come in. But I went up, we're at the Common Thread. I said, do you have the Moda cake mixes, specifically number 4? Because, like I said, that's the one I needed. And she said, well, they're down there. And she pointed to a crate. I looked, and number 4 was right on top. I said, okay, I need this. This is the start of my pile. And when I was finished with the shopping that I wasn't intending on doing, I went and was looking through the rest of the cake mixes, and they only had one number 4. They had, I believe, just about every other number, and they had multiples of the other numbers with just one number 4. So I was thankful that they had that one. Like I said, still would have gotten through to it. I just would have had to wait a few days, and I probably would have gotten a little bit further on my sister's quilt, but it all evens out. I also managed to try to catch up on some sleep this week. The retreat is so much fun, but you do lose sleep because, well, I have sleep issues as it is. It's a rust problem, not a retreat problem. And sleeping in a bed that's not mine is difficult for me. It takes me like 3 or 4 days just to get acclimated to the new bed. So, yeah, plus the fact that we were up past midnight every day and up early the next day, that did not help with my sleep. So, I've done a lot of sleeping the past couple days. And then, you know, on Sunday, I also had fun messing with my friend Steven of the Idiot Quilter. During the retreat, I shared with him and some of the other retreaters a it was originally an audio clip from a Canadian radio comedy group. With the advent of the internets and YouTube, somebody put it as a animated video, and they did a pretty good job. But the skit is called Bulbous Bouffant or something like that. I don't even know if they officially had names back then. But it is just a hysterical, okay, not quite rolling on the floor laughing, but it's got a lot of catchiness in it. And um, yeah, so I did a couple of those words in his chat for his live on Sunday, so I found that to be a lot of fun. I have put a link to it down below in the description if you want to get in on it on the joke. Macadamia! Woo! For goals this week, I need to start catching up again. I need to get my sister's graduation quilt worked on severely this weekend. Mostly, I got a couple more blocks to get finished pressing, but I need to get it on the design floor and get the center sewn together. There's 56 blocks, maybe? Question mark. I think that's the number that I have to get put together. So yeah, I need to start working on that as a bare minimum. Then I got to get the borders on, and borders take me a bit of a minute because I'm a little meticulous. But not only for my sister do I have to finish the borders, but my sister's bestie is graduating college as well, and I have her center done. I just don't have the borders on that, so I got to get the borders on her quilt worked on so I can get them sent off to be long armed and that they can get brought back to me in enough time for me to bind them. So yeah, I got to get those done. I think between this weekend and next, I should be able to get them done. Also, this Saturday on my 11sies Live, I am going to be sewing up the first block. It's the second week of the Fort Worth Fabric Studio Winter's Night Sew Along. It's a table runner, and the first week was nothing but cutting. So that should already be done by everybody who is participating. And I just said, I will just do the sewing because nobody wants to watch me cut on a live. That is probably the most boring. And if there's anything that I know, if I'm trying to multitask while cutting, I will cut myself. And I know this because I have done that. Thankfully, it wasn't bad. The block this week is a snowflake block, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to do. So I am pretty excited about that. Anywho, I think that is going to be about it for today. I hope you were entertained a bit with my weekly shenanigans. If you wouldn't mind doing the things that make the YouTube algorithm happy, that would be awesome. They are things such as liking the video, commenting below, or even eating some peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. They're a little bit weird. I found these at my local Walmart. They're tasty, but the jelly just makes it a little weird. Subscribing to my channel is free and a wonderful way of letting YouTube know that you like my shenanigans. Ringing the bell icon next to the subscribe button will get you notified when I go live on Saturday mornings or when I upload other videos throughout the week, such as this vlog. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and remember, always measure your life in love.